Song. Anything special?
Anything special?
Anything special about the song? Or?
I actually wrote it for a project I did with Sony Pictures and Almost Cool, the YouTube channel.
Oh, Sony Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I thought maybe it was a love or something.
It was to promote the movie Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Oh, all right.
So I came from a place of love, but it was from my own inspirations, but dedicated towards this promotional project.
It came from a place of love and something gnawing your face off.
Exactly, you got it.
Oh man, here she is. This is Jess Weimer once again. This is With You I Belong. We'll be right back.
No one ever said it was easy, giving your heart to someone new, but I knew it was worth it from the moment I saw you. And I don't want to sound too eager, I don't want to come on too strong. I just want you to know that when I'm with you I belong. From time to time I might wonder if meant to be is something real, but I don't think that matters, 'cause you're all I want to feel. And I'm not saying that it's right, but I know it can't be wrong. I just want you to know that when I'm with you I belong. And I've tried to understand, but I still can't comprehend how just one touch is always enough to keep me close to you. And I don't want to sound too eager, no, I don't want to come on too strong. I just want you to know that when I'm with you I belong. When I'm with you I belong. And I'm not saying that it's right, oh, but I know it can't be wrong. I just want you to know that when I'm with you I belong. When I'm with you I belong.
Right, that's Jess Weimer. With You I Belong. And I'm hanging out with her right now. And, I hope you would agree, but I think this has been a great conversation tonight.
I absolutely agree. I think Music Mafia Radio is just so freaking awesome, and it's a really great place and a really great support for independent artists and music lovers, and I think that you are wonderful.
You know what? Speaking of supporting independent artists, I can't remember the exact details in my head, but I remember it because it was someone we were promoting on our site at one point. But you just you got a big recognition from some place called Artistic Echoes.
Yes, I did.
Talk about that.
Okay. So Artistic Echoes is a really cool online music site. They have a blog. They also work with Canalside Radio. That's in the UK. But they actually played my song on FM radio for the first time in the UK. So I know they had it streaming here, online, but it was really incredible and insane to me to know that my song was being played on FM radio for the first time ever. It was pretty cool. And Artistic Echoes also did an interview with me that they have on their website, which I can go and find in a second and post a link to. But it was really awesome to be able to work with them as well.
Well, and again, I'm kind of going by memory here, and I don't have the best, but if I remember what I read, it's kind of a big deal because you were chosen. It was like out of 3,000 different artists or something, or
yeah, something like that. It was a huge honor. I always feel fortunate when people recognize my music because there are so many talented musicians out there. So when you guys or when Artistic Echoes gives me that recognition, it really feels so great.
Well, it's a slow process, but I see it happening more and more, and I think within the next couple of years, you independent artists are going to end up having a lot more power and a lot more say of what's going on in the music industry than you've ever had before. And a lot of it has to do with places like us and Artistic Echoes and everybody else that's kind of hopping on that indie bus. You and I were talking off air that, mainstream, all right, we've got we got some big record labels that decide who's worth $1 million and who's not. And, like I told you off air, everything that we've played here is just as good, if not even 10 times better than what you hear on mainstream. And, every time I do a live show and I listen to this stuff, or every time we debut someone new, the first thing that pops into my head is, why isn't this on mainstream?
Yeah.
But
because Cosby said it mainstream sucks.
And I got to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of mainstream. I'm really not. I truly believe, and we talked a little bit about this off air. I truly believe that if a lot of us get together and do this the right way, the indie genre can become something all its own in a way it hasn't been as of yet, and I truly believe it'll blow up to be something just as big, if not bigger, than what mainstream was.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, and I do agree with you that it takes a lot of effort, and it's got to be a group effort. I do agree with that.
It's going to take an army. It's going to take an army, and it's going to, people need to work together. Artists need to work together. We've been very, very blessed here with the artists that we've dealt with. This has been such a community of support and myself and the staff here, we see it all the time. We see artists meeting each other for the first time, and the next thing you know, they're collaborating or exchanging ideas, and this artist is sharing that artist's post and vice versa, and that's what needs to be done. That right there is a great start in my book to making this whole deal a bigger thing.
Oh, absolutely. Supporting your fellow artists. I completely agree. In fact, another awesome thing about the Artistic Echoes interview is they asked me about any fellow artists that I would recommend, that also indie artists. And I recommended one of my producers, Beto Vargas. He's a Latin artist, so if anyone likes Latin music, I would highly recommend him. He's got such awesome, catchy tunes, and he also is all about supporting your fellow artists. And I've been really blessed as well to find people who in my life who I want to support and who support me. And I think that's what it's all about support your fellow artists and your fellow human.
Well, I got to tell you, Jess, this is I can't thank you enough because I know you're a very busy person, and I can't thank you enough for taking some time out tonight to hang out with me and kind of tell us all a little more about yourself and even the discussion of the business aspect of it. I appreciate so much that you were willing to discuss that. I think more and more listeners and fans need to be aware of that aspect of it. And I can't thank you enough for hanging out. And again, we want to entice people to get over there and purchase that brand new single of yours with you. I'm messing it up.
There are too many W's in the song and in my name.
I'm about to start crying again. Won't Follow You Down is what I was trying to say. That brand new single, Won't Follow You Down. We want everybody to get over there, purchase it from all the places that it's available. Message Music Mafia Radio with proof of purchase. Right, just take a snapshot of the digital receipt they give you and message us with it. From this moment now until 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, everybody who does that, we will take those names, drop them in a hat. Monday night, I will pull one of those names from the hat blindly, and we'll give one of those people a $25 Amazon gift card. It's that simple. You have to do nothing other than just purchase the single and message us with the proof of purchase. And Jess, you have to do nothing. The only thing we ask you to do, and again, I know you're very, very busy, but once we get the post ready, we would ask you to just share that post on your pages. And so therefore, your fans and friends and family have the opportunity to get involved in that.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this and supporting me. And I also want to thank everybody in advance for purchasing the song or just for listening to it. It seriously means a lot, and it is keeping me going. So I can't thank you all enough. And thank you, Rick, for hosting me and having me. It's been so great chatting with you. And before I go, I have to tell you, I made a mental note. I do have a collection of CDs that I still listen to in my car, and I know what it's like. Because you mentioned that I'm in the digital age. But I'm not too old to remember CDs.
No. And I do specifically.
Or too young, I should say.
You were right kind of in the transition there, kind of towards the end, not quite the end, but towards the end of the CD thing. See, I go back even further. Right? Cassette tapes. Oh, man.
I have cassette tapes, too. I do.
Oh, get out of here. You dirty liar.
I'm not a dirty liar. I seriously have the Anastasia soundtrack on cassette tape.
Really? Now, see, when I was a teen, right, you listened to all your faves on the local FM dial, and then all of a sudden there'd be an announcement that your favorite band was coming out with a new, opening up that cassette was something special. And then people at that time, it was always kind of cool to have a collection of something, and it was always a type of sign of how big your cassette collection was. And I remember when CDs come out, I took a stand and I'm like, screw you. I've got 300 cassettes over there. I'm not converting them all to CDs. And then before I know it, I've got 400 CDs, and now we're at the digital age. I'm getting a little fed up.
I love CDs. I mean, I loved my cassette tapes too. I had like Bewitched or whoever, I was very young with cassette tapes, but CDs, I still stand by them. I have CDs for the EP also.
There truly was a type of satisfaction of opening that cassette and or CD for the first time, and it really was. You couldn't wait to dig into the booklet. You wanted to dig into the booklet, and a lot of times too, You know, you get the cassette and the CD, and all of a sudden you were opened up to a bunch of songs. You know, because the FM dial, they would choose one or two songs to play 90 times a day out of the whole CD or cassette. So then you'd get the CD or cassette, and you'd see all these other songs. And you're like, oh my God, you know, it was just there was a thrill to it, and it's all gone. And we got to bring that thrill back, and that's what we're trying.